Good afternoon, everyone. It is Thursday. It's March 3rd, 3322. We've been playing with these numbers lately. If you were a part of our life conference in FinFET on 2222, it was not by accident that we decided to come back with our little bite ideas on 3322. We're trying a thing. Listen, I am Doreed Whitlock. It's so good to see all of you, and we're happy to be back because we took about 6 weeks off. We missed our interactions with you on a weekly basis, but oh my goodness, we worked so hard with the FinFET. It was a welcome break. We had a lot to juggle, but we'll share snippets from you just in case you did not attend the FinFET. I'm delighted today to welcome our guests. Of course, we have our CEO, as usual, Megan Samuel Fields. Megan, how are you today?
Hi, Doreed. I am well. Good to see you, and good afternoon to everyone. Glad to be here and glad that you are here.
Yeah, it feels like, like I said, we were not on. I'm saying 6 weeks. It was longer than that. We had one broadcast just before the FinFET, so that might have been 2 weeks ago. But this is our first official broadcast in our second season for the year. So I think we might have missed maybe 7 Thursdays, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. So Megan, how have things been with SFCG? We had a big conference. I know we're still in a very euphoric phase. Tell us, how are you feeling? How did you feel about the conference?
Oh, the conference was awesome, off the chain. It was much better than I anticipated, and I had my expectations really high, and it was even better than that. Everything went very well. The speakers were phenomenal. The topics were so in-depth, but more importantly, the attendees, they expressed how much they learned, how much they appreciated the tools and tips that they got, and quite a few actually committed to sharing it with other employees so that they can be on their path to financial empowerment. And for me, that's the bonus for me, just knowing that persons are learning, persons are using what they got from the conference and implementing it. And of course, the conference, well, we are always fun people, so there was lots of fun. Our FinFET was the bomb, the music, and so they spoke about that as well. So it wasn't that they came here just on their own without thinking, but they came and had fun as well as learned. So I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I came away thinking financial wellness is contagious. It is contagious. We're still going through COVID. Contagion is not a good word, but with the sentiments that we got, the camaraderie, the interest, the excitement, I'm sure everyone was happy that they attended. And for those of you who were not able to attend, we're going to share with you some snippets. Now, we also have a special guest in our studio today. As you know, March celebrates International Women's History Month, and March 8th is International Women's Day. And we are delighted this month to honor a lot of women throughout Antigua and Barbuda and beyond, women who are trailblazers, innovators, creators, founders, firsts, leaders. We have come up with a short list, and we are delighted today to welcome our first guest. She actually did not participate in person in our live conference, but she sent us a great message, and we're going to have an in-depth conversation with her, but I want to bring her in and introduce her. She is the space-bound first woman Caribbean person that we know of that's going to be headed to space. And she's from Antigua and Barbuda, Miss Keisha Shahoff. Keisha, we are so delighted to welcome you to Lickabite Ideas.
Hello, hello, hello. It's such a pleasure to be here. I am so filled with gratitude and so much honor just to be in this presence of divine, beautiful women.
Oh, you're too
Oh,
kind.
that's so sweet.
That's
That's
how
so
we feel.
sweet.
That's how we feel about you. You're too
What an
kind.
honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Mm.
And Keisha, let's thank you so much for that message. Keisha sent us a message. We called them our magical moments. So, of course, we did everything to play up the date 22222. So, we have three special messages, one at 2:22 a.m., one at 2:22 p.m., and then finally one at 22:22, because we felt these are such magical moments in time. Let us get some messages from special people so that years from now we can reminisce about what we were doing at this on this magical date at a magical time that will never ever happen again in our lifetime. And of course, if
Absolutely.
we are we can proudly say on that magical date we were focused on financial wellness, developing new habits, getting increasing our knowledge, networking, and making strides and decisions that are going to empower us as we go through life. So Keisha sent us a message. If you are interested in hearing Keisha's message, we're going to try to play it later on. But if you want to see Keisha's message, go to our YouTube page or go to our Facebook page. It's doing very well. People are watching this message. And without us even promoting it, people are finding it and giving us really great feedback. Space is one of those things that, oh my goodness, it's still a mystery. And it's so, Keisha, I meant to ask you, are you a Trekkie by any
you, you,
chance?
you're talking about Star Trek?
Star Trek, yes.
Yes, I definitely watch
Oh my
every
goodness. Something
episode.
told me you were. Something told me you were. So that is going to be such
Very
One of
a
well.
those
great
persons who are out of my
experience.
mind.
So Keisha is going to be our honoree for today in terms of women who are trailblazers that we want to spotlight. But before we get into our discussion with Keisha, we also want to do a flashback to our conference for you to meet another amazing lady. She's not here live, but we would like you to meet Joya Cousin. She's an Antiguan. She'll tell you a bit about herself. She actually is a CPA who worked as a CPA CEO and then got married, moved to France, and now she's an artist. So she talked to us about how art and creativity can really help to improve your financial well being. So we're trying to get the link up with um, Joya. Megan, have we been able to do that?
No, there seems to be a technical issue, so we'll try and do it a little later.
Okay. Um, we'll. Did you try the video? I think I sent you a video yesterday.
Yeah,
Not a link,
that
the video, but the
was.
video is so much longer. Maybe we'll be able to play a bit of that.
We can check that. I'll check that. There's a message in your chat. You can check that and
Okay.
see.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay,
So
so we
why
can
don't
continue.
we get started with our discussion with Keisha? Keisha, tell us. Everyone wants to know. We're going to
Mhm.
leave the contest for last. So I'm telling everyone we'll talk about her contest because I know most people, I know when I first heard about it, I was like, what? I didn't know Keisha, but I spoke to people and they were like, oh, yeah, we know Keisha. We know Keisha. She went to Christ the King with us. I said, get me Keisha's contact. I have to meet this special lady. But Keisha, tell us a bit more about you because it was fun hearing about you and your story. And trust me, I think the whole world shared in your excitement. But tell
Yes.
what was very riveting for me was when I spoke to you, I realized that you are into wellness. So it's almost
Hmm.
like a magical string or a magnet that was pulling us together, because I'm intrigued about speaking to this special person and looking for who would be the right spokesperson to deliver this message.
Mm-hmm.
And when I speak to you, I realize it's not by chance. You are someone who believes in wellness, and you are a wellness aficionado. I don't even know the terminology to use because I'm still learning more about wellness. So let me give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. Tell us about your wellness journey. How did you even get into this? And just tell us, help us understand who Keisha is.
Wellness is really the foundation of who I am. This actually started from since I was a little girl. I was always intrigued by herbalists or naturalists or anybody who can heal the body in this natural state. I never believed too much in the medication. You're taking medication for diabetes, and then it opens up side effects for other things, and you're going to have to take medication for that, and so forth. And then seeing the family, the elders in my family from a little girl, and how they suffered, and they're taking these medications and they're not getting better. So as an adult, as I grew up, I decided to, just open up and expand in learning what my body wants, how to connect with nature and natural foods. Natural foods will heal you. Even if you don't know anything, all you have to do is just eat the natural foods, know where these foods are coming from. And something simple as that can help you to progress in your health. You can always go deeper, study a little bit about the herbs and how they react to your body, knowing your emotions, cutting down on the amount that you're eating instead of gobbling the food down, you slow down a little bit. All of these little things really, really help. Even talking to the food, because everything is a
Oh, wow.
vibration. Yes, you raise the vibration of your food, good energy. Sometimes we just eat from anybody and we don't know what energy is going into the food. Like even if you just say a prayer or something as you're preparing your food, that raises the vibration very nicely. Speaking positive affirmations over your food as well. These little tips, right?
Wow.
Periodically giving your digestive system a break and just going on detoxes, fasting. I do a lot of that. I heal my body from so many different things because I myself fell off the wagon a little bit, and I went down the journey of just like eating unconsciously and and feeding emotions and like not knowing what I was doing, because it's like you go into zombie mode kind of, and you just go into this habit that is not really the best for you. And it's not the easiest to get out of that, but you have to have a strong will, a strong why. Be very
That was going to be
mindful.
my question to you. That was going
Yeah,
to be my question. How do you start? Because for me, eating, I got to confess, I love food. But as
yeah,
I age, I know I need to be more mindful of what I eat. But
yes, yes,
it's such a difficult process. And
yes,
I
yes,
like what you're saying about fasting and detoxing, because I do believe that sometimes we have to let the body take a rest.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So everything is a mindset shift. You have to shift in the mind. It's so easy to say, okay, this is what I need to eat, this is what I need to do, go on these fad diets and so forth. But then what happens when you come off of them? You go straight back into the old habits,
Yeah.
and it's like even worse.
Hmm.
Because
Wow.
now you have to see it as an addiction, because eating is an addiction. The foods that you're eating, the Kentucky, all of these things, they have ingredients in them to help hold you addicted, because it's a financial world, it's an economic world. So you
I
can't think
believe
that
that.
no, they're not trying to save you. They're trying to take your money. So you have to now in yourself become mindful, know where your food is coming from, know yourself. How I began, I started journaling. Everything that I put in my body, I kept a food journal of it. And also, I kept in my journal, I looked to how I felt after I ate this food. Does this food take away my energy, or does this food give me energy? So if it's something that is giving me energy, I keep it on my list. If it's taking away my energy, I take it off the list. And it could also be the quantity that you're eating too. You feel sluggish, what we call niggeritis.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And blame
That's
it on
because we
all
overeat.
types of things, conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
yeah. So that's because you ate way too much. You were eating too fast. So when you can slow down a little bit, I like to call it the 20-minute meal. Try to take at least 20 minutes to complete your meal. Just that process alone can really help you so much because now a connection from the mind to the stomach is registering now. I'm satisfied. I had enough. And you find that usually when you take 5 minutes to eat a big plate of food, listen, that go down like you're drinking water. But if you take 20 minutes, you will find that you cut back and at least half that plate will be left over that you can enjoy later on in the evening or some other time. Allow your stomach to empty. We constantly keep eating. Sometimes we think every 2 hours we need to be eating. I say every 4 hours. Let your stomach empty itself before you put back in food again. When you do that, you help your digestive system to work much better. So all these little tips
Oh
really
my
help you
goodness.
when it comes to health. You can do it. Just know what your why is. Make sure it's strong enough. Because if you don't ground yourself in your why and visualize the future you that you're going to enjoy, it's going to be hard to stay focused and stay with it.
That's some
Such
deep,
amazing
yeah,
advice.
deep
Yeah.
Such
talk right there.
amazing advice. Keisha, I hope you plan to um, start a podcast or, I really, with a platform and the reach that you are
Mm-hmm.
going to cultivate, having gone to space and having that distinction of
Yeah.
venturing where no man has ever gone before. Is
I
that
know.
what they say on I'm not a Trekkie. I have
I'm
lots of
not
friends
quite
who
sure
are.
exactly what they say, but I believe in one step at a time.
But no, you have to start. You have so much knowledge to impart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
Yeah.
elevate to that platform where people are naturally, you have, all the stardust that's going to cover you after that. Let's just
Yeah.
keep it real. I'm into public relations. That kind of news just gives people a lift
Oh
because you
yeah.
will have
Right.
a once in a lifetime experience that most of us will never experience, at least not in our lifetime. You know,
Yeah.
Megan, have we been able to get the video of Joya? I
No, we
sent
seem
you.
to, yeah, no, there seems to be an issue with StreamYard. We can't get them uploaded. So there
I just
seems to
sent
be
you
a
a new one.
technical,
Did you get
I
it?
know. Yes.
Oh, that one still cannot be loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're
So
resourceful people.
we are.
We encourage everyone to go to our YouTube page. We're beginning to load up some of the sessions from the FinFET. So we actually have the one about art and creativity and how that can be used to help you achieve your financial goals. Very, very interesting discussion.
Mhm.
So, Keisha, let's get back to you. So, we've heard all about the your thoughts on eating and lifestyle. Let's talk a bit about financial wellness because when I called you to talk about our conference, I said, "Well, we're gonna probably ask you to, think about a money mantra." Which most people, I didn't have a money mantra. I had to come up with one for the conference. I never thought about it. But when I asked
Mm-hmm.
you just rattled yours off, and it seemed like you had a few of them. And I'm like, who is this woman? I was so impressed. So let us talk about financial wellness. That's an area of focus for us. We're trying to bring greater awareness to financial wellness. Of course, the wellness wheel we often refer to, where there are seven. The wheel that we kind of follow has 7 areas of wellness. Financial
Okay.
wellness, of course, being the largest. There is emotional, spiritual, intellectual. Megan is going to help me if I forget. Environmental. That's 4.
Physical
Physical,
and social.
social. Yes, because
Okay.
financial is number 7. Correct.
Right.
So
Okay. That sounds good.
we believe in balance, which I'm sure you,
Mhm.
the wellness person, it's all about balance. And of course,
Mhm.
our focus is financial wellness, where we, for the conference, things were broken up into 2 sections. The theme of the conference was, of course, back to our 222 theme, putting 2 and 2 together. It's about
Mhm.
making mindset and lifestyle changes. So you have to change the mind before you change the behavior. And
Mhm.
so we
Absolutely.
truly believe that you have to think about it, understand the dynamics. But if you want to really achieve your goals, the mind has to lead the body. The mind has to lead your behavior.
So true.
So let us talk a bit about financial wellness and tell us about your money mantra.
Okay, so basically, when it comes to energy, we have to look at all areas of our life. And you mentioned, um, the areas that you look at in this regards. So when it comes to money, let's say, you find that you're in a rut and it's just not coming in for you. You're working 9 to 5, you're putting in all of this effort, and your money's just going into bills and that kind of stuff. You have to look to where you're stuck in your life. It's not just about your finances and your money. It could also be in your health. It could be in your family, your relationship. These are habits. These are things that you're doing. And it's all mindset again. So you can't expect to clear the blockage, let's say in your health, and it's not being cleared in your finances, in your calling, or any of these aspects. Energy flows. So you see your body as a pipeline, and you have to clear all the channels so that energy can just pass through you the way it should. So then when you speak about these numbers, the 222s, the 111s, the 3322s, and all of that, this is all synchronicity. And in order for you to have flow, you have to check, where is it that you're stuck? Mindset. Everything is mindset. You have to get into that mind to see what is going on, where your thoughts are, and so forth. So I have been meditating for a very long time. I've been practicing in Buddhism, yogi, and this kind of stuff. A lot of people are not open to this way of life, and I understand whatever works for you and make you a better person is the right thing for you, right? So I don't have any issues, or I'm not going to have a debate about that. But what I know is that there are tools that will work. So when you can become aware of yourself, the thoughts that's going through your mind that's holding you back, you have to shift them. But you can't shift what you cannot see. You cannot heal what you do not know. So the
Mm-hmm.
first thing is observation of yourself. Somebody can tell you all the mantras that you need to say or all the things that you need to do, but if you're not seeing it where you're
Mm-hmm.
stuck, you're going to be just be saying all of these mantras and nothing is going to happen for you. Because I know of people who say mantras from the beginning of time to now, and they're still in that same place, right? And there's this story of this man living in this mud house. And then the Buddha passed and he came outside. Oh, Buddha, Buddha, why is it that I don't have wealth? So the Buddha said, go back into your house and look around. So then when he now got back into his mud house, he meditated and he looked around. What did he notice? There were diamonds, rubies, all of these wonderful gems inside of that mud that
Oh,
he
wow.
placed inside that house. So now you can use that and go out and sell it, right? So he could not acquire wealth because he could not see what was before him. So the
Mm-hmm.
first thing in what I'm saying, you have to be able to see what is there in order for you to shift and to bring in. The next thing, again, with mindset, you have to raise your vibration, go into gratitude. That is the best way to raise your vibration. If you cannot be grateful for what you have now, how can you be grateful for anything that's coming in towards you, right? So if you want to be financially successful, you have to go in, you have to embrace gratitude. Even if all you have is a glass of water, be so grateful for that water. And the vibration raises and you start to attract, you're like a magnet now, you start to pull in more and more and more. So that's also a very good tool to practice, being mindful, raising your vibration through gratification. Now, when you notice that in your mind, certain thoughts are coming in that are low vibrational, then you can start to shift them. So that's where the transformational work comes in now. That's when you can use the affirmations. You first see what's going on and then you shift it with the affirmation. So I hope that that was a really useful tip.
Absolutely.
Powerful,
Can be
I am
useful.
I'm ready to ask what's the equivalent to amen in Buddhism? I wanted to say amen, but wrong religion. But I was like,
Amen would
whatever
be
the
more
equivalent
a
is to
Hebrew word.
amen. That's
That's
what
more
I
a
want to
Hebrew
say.
word. That's a magic word that says, let it be so.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, yes.
Exactly. Fantastic. No, that
Yeah,
is,
that was deep.
Keisha, listen to me carefully. You need to start thinking about a podcast. I mean, like I said, you've been, what your experience, your future journey to space is going to put you on a platform that, if you're bringing this kind of wisdom, these kinds of insights, and this kind of special message on top of your special experience, I'm expecting to turn on my TV and see you on CNN.
Oh, I know it.
I'm
Yep.
expecting to see you on MSNBC, live in studio, not coming to Sockles, not coming to,
It's a
Which would be
healing
good.
journey.
expecting
That
to
would be
see,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good if they come, but I'm saying I'm
Yeah.
expecting to see her, hanging out with Jill Biden. It's going to. I'm not even,
Ashe, ashe.
It's it's
and
in the
Michelle calling
atmosphere.
over to the White House saying, "Is she there yet? I gotta meet Keisha."
It's in the
Has-
atmosphere, Keisha.
Let it
Yeah, 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 and
Yes,
and
yes.
people are gonna be thinking, is this the new Oprah? Because you just have so much to share.
You
Your
do, you
point of view is
do.
so compelling,
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
and
I
I
just
mean
hope
it
it
with all
reaches to the right
sincerity. I
people
mean,
so they can
It
this
will.
is really
use
It
good
it.
will.
information
Yeah.
for us to follow. So if you don't have motivational speaker on your vibrational list,
Okay.
or your wish list, please
Yeah,
get
Keisha.
started very quickly. I see this
Thank you for all of the
blossoming into
advice.
something
Yeah.
fantastic.
Lovely,
So,
lovely,
Keisha,
lovely.
everybody wants to know, everybody, including me, tell us about the contest. First of all, how did you hear about it? Because I never heard about it. Not that if I did, I would even think
Exactly. I would have seen it and
I
not
would think, oh, that's so cute, but I wouldn't think that I
Yeah.
even had a
have a
chance.
chance. Right,
So
right.
I wouldn't, but you know what? My kids probably would. I can
Yeah.
see Genesis saying, Mom,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
going to apply. And I'd be probably rolling my eyes thinking, Lord, what am I going to do with this child? But Keisha, tell us, how did you hear about it and how did you go about it? As much as you can share. I'm sure there are confidentiality issues, we understand, but as much as you can share, everybody wants to hear this story.
It's really not much of a story, I have to say in the beginning, but I'll share anyway.
Uh
And it's up to you.
huh.
But all I can do is just be fully authentic and share exactly as truthful as possible. Well, only truth actually. So basically, my daughter was going off to university. She finished high school in Antigua, and everything just happened so last minute, where she sent out an application to one school that she really wanted to go. And the little manifesto got into that one school.
Oh, wow.
And then
Wow.
now, and that's in Scotland, in Aberdeen, Scotland. And now the rush
Nice.
happened that I had to put everything in place, everything in order to get her to Aberdeen on time so she can meet, that first orientation, that first class.
Mm-hmm.
Now, COVID was happening, and all of the restrictions. We hardly had any flights. We needed to go from Antigua to Barbados so that we can start the process for her to get her residence visa so that she can study in Aberdeen. Um, we got an appointment, just like how you're filling out the for a visa for the US. It was the same
Right.
kind of standard. So you have to meet that appointment date. So we got an appointment date, then checked with Liat to get flights. There was absolutely no flights that was going to take us there. Or together, there was flight that maybe had one seat. And then with all of the whole situation with what's going on with vaccine and all of this kind of stuff and quarantine, I needed to be there with her that we could get there so she didn't have to go through that process. Now, the only flight that was available was Virgin Atlantic, going from Antigua to London, from London to Barbados.
What?
16 hours in the sky.
Wow.
That's a story.
To a flight that should take an hour.
Yeah.
Listen, a flight that should take an hour ended up 16 hours in the sky. That didn't include in transit time, that 5 hours sitting at the airport. So that was a nightmare. But during that whole period, I had to compose myself, breathe, let it go, be positive, keep raising my vibration, telling her we're going to keep focusing on the positive. What are we grateful for? We got a flight that will get us there. Let's focus on this.
But what about the cost?
It was expensive, but
I can imagine because you had to pay for
it
a
was
flight
either
to
that or she missed her opportunity to get into university to study what she really wanted to study in her sciences and so forth. So mother's sacrifice right there. So the team was so nice to me at Virgin, leaving Antigua and everything, because they all understood what was going on. I got on the plane. I'm not sure if it's a process going to London or going from London to Barbados. That part is still not very clear for me. But you know, like you're tired, you're in this whole area. And then as she's watching the movie, I see an ad come up about going into space. I'm like, I said, maybe I should take a chance with this. It could be a possibility. So I filled out the application and everything and submitted it. And then I just left it
while on the flight. That's when you did
while
it?
on the flight. Because I had all the time, right? So I just took my time and figured out everything. And then I really did just leave it alone after that. I just forgot about it after it was submitted and so forth. Then put my focus back on the journey. And when we get to Barbados, the process that we're going to have to go through and, you know, just staying high in my vibration with all the challenges, not breaking down to say I'm going to cry or feel sorry for myself or whatever, or thinking negative that this might not happen. I just kept the vibration up. So the only thing that makes sense to me, besides just being lucky or in the right space at the right time, was it could be keeping the vibration up in gratitude and not worrying, not going into any form of low vibration, just accepting what is. Could have also helped that magical moment for it to happen the way it did. But if that doesn't make sense, then it's just pure luck.
What date was it? Was it a special date by any chance? Or you can't
I didn't
remember?
really check on that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah.
That is so tell me, what did you have to do? What were the requirements for this contest? Did you have to answer some questions, write an essay? What did you have to do?
To be honest, I felt like I was just in trance at the moment, so I cannot recall exactly what happened, what questions. I wish I did, like, paid attention, because I had no idea I was actually going to win. Because if I had any clue, I would have maybe documented it much better, you know. But
you're a journaler.
Yeah, exactly. But
wow.
You know, in that period of time, you know, you're tired, you're a long flight, long journey.
Yeah, you're already halfway to space anyway. With that kind of flight, your head, you probably feel like, yeah, I'm halfway to space anyway. Might as well just Just
but
go
guess
for
what?
it.
We're already in space. This is space. We're living
Exactly.
in space.
That was a space. That was an experience in space. It sounds like, my goodness.
But it sounds to me like you had to be on that flight. It
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were
was,
supposed to be on that flight.
yeah, you were supposed to be on that
Synchronicity
flight.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow,
No,
that's
no,
Synchronicity.
no need to get
amazing.
angry at Liat. Liat, did you affect Liat delivered?
No, I'm
Thank you,
not at
Leah.
all. I'm not at all. There was
That
no
is
anger in
amazing.
anything. I understood that what was going on. We're in a pandemic. These things is happening, but we can still have some form of movement, even if
Mm-hmm.
it's not what we're used to. It was still happening. So, just gratitude again that at least I was able to get to Barbados to do what I had to do, get back to Antigua. And, like other challenges happened where her passport took a while to come back and they didn't even put in the visa. I had to call
Oh
them
no.
Oh
again.
my
And then
goodness.
they restarted the process. And then that waiting period of 14 days all over again. So it ended up 28 days. And then now her deadline
Wow.
is, it was stress after stress after stress. So it was not an easy process. So I have to say, even if I didn't come up with that $560,000 to go to space with with the pressure that I went through to get my daughter to university, listen, that probably is the cost.
Wow, wow,
So,
wow.
so tell me, you mentioned $560,000. What is the
Mhm.
prize exactly? Is it a trip to space with with travel money? Because I mean, that sounds like shopping money to go to. I mean,
Has to
You
go.
know? Well,
well, I guess you have to
I'm
get your
not sure
space
the entire details of that, so I prefer not to really get into that and then
right.
get myself in trouble spreading
Yes,
any
no,
Right,
no,
right,
false
right.
not worth it
information.
at all. I was just curious, and I am very respectful. I know how these things
Yeah,
work, so I'm extremely respectful of confidentiality. And you're now
yeah,
literally one of their ambassadors, so you have to be very careful what you say.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
let's not
yeah,
even go there um,
yeah.
to even jeopardize this wonderful
Exactly,
experience before it happens. But tell
exactly.
me, so here's my question. To the best of your recollection, what was the time lapse between filling out the application and then hearing that you were a finalist? Was it
Um,
3 months, 6 months?
I think it's probably within 2, 3 months. I started getting email correspondence from them. And I wasn't taking it seriously either. There was an interview that they did with me, and I was just like playing around because I was like, oh, if
Was
you
it
might,
via
I'm not
Zoom?
going
Was it a
to
Zoom interview?
via Zoom. And I remember I had the lady cracking up. We were talking about aliens, and only thing I want is
Oh
to
my
just go space
goodness.
traveling with aliens and going through these different these little holes and opening up into other galaxies. And that would be such a dream if it could be like that instead of going up for a few minutes. Maybe if I go up, I might see an alien ship and they might come and give me a ride.
Whatever you do, take some pictures, girl,
Definitely.
or some video.
Send them back to Earth, right? Just to show
I'm
to show
telling
Absolutely.
you.
what really is going on out there.
By the way, did you hear the message from Tony Harris? The proof is out there.
Yes, I did. And I love
That
this
was
man. It's like
hilarious.
him and I on the same wavelength.
Well, you guys are in the same business. He is
we
about
believe in we believe in
UFO
the
sightings.
aliens.
His show is about UFO sightings. So listen,
I'm going
Yeah.
to look at his shows now.
yeah. Maybe we'll try to see. He's a good friend, so maybe
Yeah,
there's a way once you come back from space to get you on his show to
Oh,
talk
that'd
about
be
that whole experience.
awesome.
And
yeah, that
Yeah.
would
I'm sure he would love it. I'm sure
Oh,
he would
I'm
love it because when I
sure.
yes,
told
I'm
yes,
him about
sure.
you, and I also asked
yes.
him for a message, he was like, "What? I didn't hear about this." So once you sent your message, I sent your
He was
message
too
to
much in
him,
space.
and then his message came back. Yep, he says he's gonna let. He wants to make sure you have a safe passage. So
Yes,
you
yes,
have
exactly.
alien affiliates already rooting for you,
Oh, that's
awaiting your.
wonderful.
The welcome
Seriously.
party is ready.
So
You
you'll
know
get
Tell them
people.
to come show themselves to me.
Keisha. Keisha,
No,
we're here to
it was a
protect
lot of
you.
fun. It was a lot of fun, and SFCG
Yes,
was so honored to be a part of
Yeah.
this. Megan, let's
Yeah.
just pause for a moment. Do we have any questions from our guests today?
Let's see. No questions as yet. No
Okay.
questions.
Well,
But I want to ask Keisha a question. So you
Sure,
became a
go right ahead.
finalist. You became a finalist and you had that interview. Was that the last step or you had to do something else after that?
Um, it was an interview, and we were joking around, and that was the only interview really. And then after that, they said to me, "Okay, you are either was top 10 or something like this, and you need to fill out some documents just in case. This is the procedure, so you can get to the next level to, let's say, be top 5, for example." So I'm like, okay, but in everything that happened, what I didn't mention, there was an energy that was pushing me and motivating me to do this, to go through this process. And I'm so glad that I actually listened to that energy. It's almost like you have that first thought, and then you doubt yourself and go to the second thought, and then you could kick yourself because something already told you this is what you should do, and then you didn't do it. So this was an energy that was with me also. So that's something that I haven't shared in any interview. So it was an energy. So this energy, fill out these forms that they said they sent to you. So I filled them all out, exposing about medical history and all of that kind of stuff. Filled out everything truthfully and sent it off to them. And then they said to me, "There's one more interview that I need to do." And they have a package that they're going to be sending to me, and all the finalists gets this package, but they're sending it via courier, and I need to give them my address because they need to bring this package to the house. So I said, "Well, we're in the Caribbean. You don't need to do it like that. You just send it to FedEx, and then FedEx will call me, and I go pick it up." So they were very adamant and said, "No, no, no, no. This package, we have to deliver it, and the courier is going to actually come to your place and deliver that package." So then I was like, okay, no problem. And then they asked me the question, so if you were to win this prize to go to space, who would you take with you? Now, at that point, I didn't even think it was going to be 2 seats I was winning. I thought it was only 1 seat.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I have to now think about who am I going to bring with me? Oh, no, I was stressed because I didn't know who would want something like that. Myself, I understand, but for somebody else, who else is out of their mind like me to to want to go to space, right?
Of course, your offspring.
Well, I didn't even think of her. I thought of my husband. I said, okay, maybe he would want to have this experience with me. So I said, Yuri, would you want to come to space if I was to win? And he said, no, I'm not interested in that, But he, in that moment, thought that all of this was just not real.
Is my wife spaced out? What is she talking about?
Yeah, he didn't take it seriously. He just thinks to himself that, oh, maybe it's just a spam, and he's just waiting to hear, you need to send this amount of money to clear this. That's what he's waiting to hear.
Or your bank account number so we can wire some money to you. Yeah.
Right. So he wasn't taking it seriously at all. So I said, okay. I talked to a girlfriend of mine and I said, would you be interested if I was to win this? And she says, of course, this lady from Ukraine. But I said, but you just had a baby, you sure? She says, well, yes, my mother will look after the baby and I'll come with you. So during that conversation, my daughter was with us at lunch and she looked at me and she says, Mom, are you out of your mind? If anybody's coming with you, it's going to be me. So I said, Anna, are you sure? I never thought that you would want. You never showed
when it all started.
Huh?
She was with you in the plane.
Place.
Yeah, she was there, but she wasn't paying attention to me either. The family, they don't pay attention to me the way they should,
Don't we know it?
So I was very honored that she said that because I didn't think that she would have been interested in that. So I learned something new about my daughter at that point. I thought that she wanted to study and she really wanted to be a doctor because this is what she was talking about since she was 2 years old, that she wants to be a doctor, and she was naturally gifted in science, like really gifted in all the science subjects. So she's studying astrophysics so she can work in space. That's what she wants to do.
Oh,
And I
wow.
didn't,
Wait a minute,
I
wait a
just
minute, wait a minute. This was before you guys got this, before what?
yep.
That's
And
amazing.
again, I was open up to that information during that lunch that I was trying to convince my friend to come with me. And then Anna opened up and told me this. So I was
Oh
okay.
wow.
You know, children, not all
Wow.
the time, they open up to you at the weirdest times.
Oh, trust me,
So
I have
you
two
thought
daughters who are like Anna's age. I have twins, Anna's age.
Yeah,
Trust me, I'm still learning them because
yep,
the
yep,
childlike version of your children versus the adult over 18, it's completely different.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
so when
So
she left
that's
to go to university, it was medicine.
it was medicine.
And
Yeah,
then somewhere along the
that was the
line,
impression that I was under.
and then
But
it changed.
apparently she changed it.
Wow.
So,
What
yeah.
I hear a movie, I hear a book,
Oh
I
my
hear a
Lord.
biopic, I
Yeah.
hear an experience, I hear a motivational series. Oh my goodness, this is such a riveting story. The more
It
you
is.
tell us,
Yeah.
the more fascinating this story becomes. But let's get to the reveal. How did they show up? What we saw on TV, and Keisha, I didn't know you. I didn't know who this. I'd never heard your name. Your face was unfamiliar to me. I forget how I first found out. Somebody might have sent it to me that
As it
morning,
was
and
making the
I think I
rounds.
saw people talking on Facebook. I'm like, what are they talking about? And then somebody sent it to me directly. I'm like, what? What? Like you, I was
Mhm.
like, what are they talking about? Space? What? So I went and I Googled it and I read it. And I'm telling you, my heart was full of joy for you
Yes. Yep.
because I was like, what a special experience.
Yep.
So tell us about that magical day when they came to your house and the whole world got to hear about Keisha Shahaf.
Well, first of all, my amazing husband was suspiciously nice to me on that day.
So was he in the loop? Did he know?
It seems like he was in the loop because they apparently the day before that they were coming, that's the day that the package was supposed to come. I guess they
Okay.
were the package. So they went to his office, let him sign a confidentiality, not to say anything, which is scary that they knew who he was, how to find him, where he worked, when
Mm-hmm.
I don't share anything about him on my social media.
Yeah, and Antigua is a small place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we found
And so,
you.
anyways, so, so they went to his office and to brief him in preparing me for this, right? So he tried to keep me home, first of all, when I wanted to go and meet with my girlfriends for an empowering women get together. And I kept delaying it because he says, wait, 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 we have an important appointment with an ex co-worker that's coming over, and something. I don't remember the full story of what he was talking about, but a potential business arrangement. So he put away the dogs because he said that this guy is afraid of dogs, and his friends that are coming over, so he's going to put away the dogs. So I'm like, okay, no problem. Go ahead, put away the dogs. And then I go to prepare a meal because this get together with the women, each of us are supposed to bring a dish, a little potluck. So I went to the kitchen to prepare the meal. And he said to me, no, 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 go and sit down because in the kitchen, the window is by the road. So
Okay,
whatever
so he doesn't
visitors
want
would
you
be
to see.
passing, I would have seen it, right? So he said to me, go and
So this
sit
is like
down.
planning a surprise birthday party in your own house.
Right. And then I don't have curtains on my house because I don't believe in that. I like the natural light just coming in nicely. So if I was to get up from that couch, I would have seen everything going on outside. So he, give me a cup of tea and everything, tell me put up my legs and just relax myself, watch some Netflix or something. He would prepare the meal. So again, suspicious. My amazing husband was being especially nice. So no problem. I just went along with it. I said to myself, you know what, Keisha, because that feeling again came on me and said, let him do his thing and you just relax, right? So I did that. So if I didn't do that, then I would have spoiled the surprise. So after now Virgin called me on the Zoom call as promised. And as you could see in the video, I was talking with them and so forth. And then suspiciously, they have a connection issue. And they said they were going to call me back when they fixed that issue. So in 5 minutes after they hung up from me, they all came into the yard with Richard Branson, tons of TV cameras, mics, and all kind of stuff
Oh my
everywhere.
goodness.
It felt like almost 100 people were just swarming and coming in my house, because I was like, that's how it felt. That's exaggerating a little bit. It probably was like 50 persons, but with everybody
50 and
coming
100
in.
the same thing. You know, at this point, you're such in awe. It could have been 10 people. It would feel like 100.
Because the moment I saw the cameras, I started getting nervous. I'm like, what is this? What's going on? And then when I saw Richard Branson walking in, that's when it hit me. I actually won. And all I could do was just scream. I didn't know I was a screamer. I think it's the first time in my life I ever screamed.
I'm telling you.
I'm so embarrassed of that scream, you know? I'm like,
It was a real scream. It was a real scream.
How exciting.
Oh,
so
that's
Keisha,
awesome.
Before we wrap up, because this has been an amazing story.
Amazing.
And I'm sure
amazing.
it's knowing you, or the little I know of you, I'm sure there's a journal already intact with a lot of this documented.
Oh, yeah.
Because once your head gets into the clouds, I mean, you won't even remember this. It's going to be a whole nother cycle of experiences and things to report on. And, you know, we'll all be waiting to hear the specifics. But
and then to also be honest, I am a very shy person when it comes to speaking publicly. And in that moment, I had to surrender. I had to surrender to my inner fears. I had to surrender to the things that held me back before. And I said, you know what? Just go with it and just be your pure self. And I feel like people will connect with me if I'm just my pure self and not try to pretend with anything and not going into fear, because now is that time is over. I can't go into fear now. The whole world is watching and listening. So
you better believe it.
Yeah.
Oh my
so I have to face things now.
Yeah, wow. That
so
is
Keisha,
awesome,
what are you
Keisha.
looking forward to most? From our last conversation, you didn't have a specific time frame as to when your journey would happen. But what are you looking forward to most as a part of this journey?
I still don't have a time frame, but I'm just looking forward to whatever the experience brings for me, and just getting out in atmosphere to see, would there be a difference in the way I am being outside of the Earth's atmosphere and coming back in? Is there special energy that maybe channel or download that we will get when we actually out there versus on Earth? Because that's a question that I have. Sometimes I'm wondering if the atmosphere kind of blocks some of the channeling that we could be experiencing, and what if we get out there, would we be exposed to, and then we come back with something new? So I'm quite curious about that, if you understand kind of like what I'm saying.
I totally get it, because you're a philosopher.
Yeah.
You're definitely a philosopher. And I'm just so excited because I'm a marketer, so I'm already seeing all types of opportunities and platforms, and it's such a special experience. Megan, you know what comes to mind? Remember, there was this guy on Sesame Street that came up to the other guy on the puppet. Hey, you want to buy some air?
Yes, of course.
Right?
I love it.
What did he sell the guy the air for? $5 or something?
Something. Yeah.
Right?
And he was like,
really and truly, the guy bought the air. You want to buy some air? But you can actually come up with a virtual product, a galactic product that only you can sell energy.
Oh my gosh!
Some galactic air.
You know what I'm saying? Galactic energy or something.
Galactic
so
air.
Some galactic energy for you.
Actually, that'd be good. Just bring back some galactic air for us too.
Yes, some energy.
And bring a big bag with me and try to grab it.
I'm telling you. Listen, however you decide to harness it, the rest of us don't know the difference because we've never been.
I'm telling
So
you, I want some galactic air.
it's
So
up to you to set the trend, the bar, the truth, the experience, because
Yeah.
very few people, aside from you, will have that inner, that insider
Mhm.
experience. So space is
Yeah.
what you make it. You can come back and
Yeah.
mhm,
tell us XYZ, and it's XYZ, because most of us will
And
never have
also,
an opportunity to verify
yeah,
it. And your
and then
experience is
also
your
it's a,
experience.
yeah, absolutely. And it's also beyond just that. It's deeper than just going into space as well. It's all about looking back at our planet and seeing how beautiful
mm,
all our world is, or our planet is,
And
and
vulnerable too.
how important it is for us to take care of it,
yeah,
Yes.
because we're really
Yes.
not doing it. We're not very if we're not mindful with ourselves, imagine how we are with the planet, with other people. And I feel like we need to look deeper into all of this. We heal ourselves, we heal the planet, we heal each other. And we have such a big problem where people are talking all the time about climate change, the ozone layer, and now we're talking about our soil, how depleted our soil is. So we have some work to do on this planet to keep it wonderful and not be thinking about going out into space and looking and venturing somewhere else when we have heaven right here. We have something so beautiful right here. And
spokeswoman indeed, spokeswoman.
yeah,
There you are. There you are. Oh yeah.
Keisha, I hope that there's a book that comes out of this.
Oh, there will be.
You know,
That's in the
I
me
really
atmosphere
too.
hope.
too. In the atmosphere. There's a book.
Put it in the atmosphere. So I'm
Mhm.
telling you, I see a book, I see a movie, I see a whole media
A
tour,
sequel to the movie.
a
Oh yeah.
sequel to the movie, absolutely, maybe a series. Um,
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, this is awesome.
but
This is
no,
awesome stuff.
but more importantly, an extension of what you already do, which is you probably don't call it that, but I was drawn to our first conversation. I saw you as a motivational speaker. I was
Okay.
blown away. I hung up the phone and I thought, wow,
She
this
is
woman
special.
is special. I didn't know who I
That's
was
what you
calling.
said.
I had no clue. Never heard your name, didn't know what you looked like except on the videos that I'd seen. So I had the people who referred you, I don't think I knew you very well either.
Yeah.
But I was just blown away because you're so warm, you're so inviting and down to earth. Um, but at the same time, the nuggets of wisdom and the powerful message that you imparted in our 5 or 10 minute conversation just blew me away. So I mean, we're
Yeah.
definitely booking you early for the Life Conference next year.
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully by then, you would have had your out of space experience,
Yeah.
and everybody will be coming to hear firsthand what
Keisha,
happened.
shut
Oh,
up.
Keisha, I have to share this with you. I'm not a vibrational person, but I think having had this conversation, I'm going to pay greater attention. Get this, we had our Life Conference. You gave us that wonderful message. And I do a lot of research. So I'm reading articles and blogs about virtual conferences. How can you special? And hello?
Yes, we're
I
hearing
think
you.
you're breaking up a
You
little bit.
you're breaking up a bit.
Yeah.
Are you hearing us? Oh dear. Looks like she's had some
Technical
internet
difficulties.
issues, technical issues. I guess she will join a little later. We only have a minute because it's an hour show. But while we wait for her, we really would love to have you on our life conference next
Yes,
year, which is
I
what Dave was speaking
apologize.
about. You're
But let
back.
me say this really quickly before I forget. So I was doing some research, trying to look at the next conference. We do a lot of these things, always looking for new ideas. And there was this article that said, here are some things you may want to consider for your virtual event.
Yeah.
There were like 4 recommendations. You know what the last one was? Get a keynote speaker who's been to space. I was
Wow.
lying in my bed when I read it. I had to sit up.
Wow.
And it was like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning my time. I sent it to Megan and said, "Can you imagine this article? Everything
What
else on the list we had incorporated." So I'm going through, yes, check, check, pretty close. But the last thing was get a keynote speaker who has been to space. And I'm like,
wow.
what?
Yeah.
All right. I
Like a
said, okay, this
synchron.
is next year. I said
Yeah.
she would have gone to
Yes.
space.
Wow.
So she's going to be
Wow.
our keynote next year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now, this has been a wonderful
It's
discussion.
been
Megan, do we have any
wonderful.
questions? I want
No
to acknowledge our
questions. I guess
guests.
everyone is
Usually
just,
we have so many questions. They're probably just mesmerized by you, Keisha.
I think so.
Or maybe I
I
think
think
what it
so.
is, it's our
Whenever
first
the questions
episode, so
come
many
in,
persons may not
have-
realize that we're actually on.
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Probably.
Is our
Yes.
every week guest on? If she's not on,
I can't tell. I'm not sure.
okay.
Sure, but
Our mom, Keisha, she is going to love you. She makes what we call A and B boxes. She's a retired school teacher. She does everything under the sun. She has a garden. She makes guava jelly, jam, bread, wine, soaps, candles. What did I forget? Teas. So we have curated a special box, the space box, for you. So
Oh,
we are
wow.
going to, unfortunately, we can't deliver it today, but maybe we'll do a reenactment. Megan, you have to find Keisha's husband.
Oh, well,
And
we'll
do a
find.
reenactment. And go to her home.
We will do it. We will
See if we
do
can do
it.
the
That's
space.
beautiful. Thank you so much. I
Repeat.
appreciate it.
Yes.
And present her with her
Amazing.
box. So I'm
Appreciate you.
surprised our mom isn't on,
We
because
have
this
something
story
from.
is so up her alley.
Oh,
I
so
want to
up her alley.
believe that because we've been off for a few weeks. She
Yes. Well, we
my
do have
mom's in her
another.
80s.
We do have another. We have a comment. I'm not quite sure, but it's from one of our regulars as well, Althea Scantlebury.
Yes.
I think she's saying, I'm not quite sure. It says wash hands, wash hands, wash hands. So I believe it's.
Okay.
Wash-
Oh, she's probably rubbing her hands.
Yes.
Like she
yes,
can't wait.
Yes. I'm
Yeah, and
excited
she's in
for
the
you.
UK, so
You know?
she's
Very
probably
important.
thinking. She probably knows.
Oh, it should have been clap hands.
Oh, it's clap hands.
So
Okay.
she's clap
Okay.
hands, clap hands.
That's how I felt when I first heard the story. Like, wow.
Yeah.
So, Keisha, we are going to present you with your own space box. I don't know what
Thank
you're
you.
allowed to check in to space. I don't know what the travel requirements are, but we really would love if one of our products could make it to space. You never know. It may be
We're probably going to learn about Caribbean. We travel heavy. We take everything with us.
Yeah, one of the ways. Listen, Keisha, I really hope leading up to your journey and coming back that you do a lot of interviews, both locally, regionally, and internationally, because a lot of people want to hear what you have to say.
We have another comment from Connie Jenkins. Congratulations, Keisha. Amazing story.
Thank you.
It is. It
Thank
really
you so
is.
much.
Really amazing. Really amazing. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
of course, we live stream to Facebook. We also live stream directly to YouTube. So I will be able to send you the link momentarily as soon as we're done so you can watch it.
Yes.
And
great.
I am telling you, I am so delighted to have you as our first guest for our second season. What a way to celebrate Women's History Month and also the premiere of our second season.
Yes.
I could not have planned it any better. We had no plans for coming back. You know, I just told Megan what our return date is, reminded her that we're going live today. And a couple of days ago, I said, who's our guest? And we hadn't even thought about it. After the conference, we were not even focused on this episode. And out of my mouth, maybe I'm now learning it's probably the vibration, it's probably the energy.
It is.
Right?
It is.
And out of my mouth, because we had no discussion, I said to Megan, let me reach out to Keisha.
Yeah.
And Keisha was so gracious.
Yeah.
She accepted right away. And I went,
Awesome.
we got our flyer done. And we've gotten a really good response.
Yeah.
So Keisha, we're like family now. But Keisha, I want
My
you to
sister.
take,
Yes. Yes.
please do my mother a favor and take one of her products to space, whether it's a tea bag, whether
Yes.
it's I don't know what you're allowed to take. I don't know what the immigration requirements and the customs requirements are in space. But you
I
need
guess
to
they'll
take
be
a piece of
priceless once I
Antigua
take
with
them into
you
space.
to space. I don't know what you're allowed to leave.
Yes.
But tell me exactly. You're not going to a planet. You're just going. Tell me exactly where you're going.
Just going up. It's like the way I see it, it's like a high-end roller coaster ride.
Okay.
You go up
Ah.
about 5 minutes, and then
World.
Right.
the spacecraft turns, and in that moment you really get to look around. So it's a
Mm.
very short moment. So in that space,
It's
for
like a
me to
high,
get anything,
like
so for
a
me
big
to get
high, like
anything
you.
out of it, I need to be fully aware
Oh
and
yes.
just pay attention to what is
Yeah.
out there,
Oh yeah.
and then come back down.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you
So
have
that's what it
any
really
idea
is.
where the spacecraft takes off from? Like what area? What city?
New
What state? What
New
country?
Mexico.
New
New
Mexico.
Mexico. So
Oh, nice.
if you're following me on Instagram,
I don't, but I will now.
Following you
yeah,
now.
so you just put in my name, Keisha Shahaf, and
Mm-hmm.
you will get it will pull up my page, or you can follow me at Blue Sky Wellness. That's also linked to the same Instagram, Blue Sky Wellness.
Mm.
Now there you would see some at links. You would see Omaze and Virgin Galactic, where you can click on those and it will show you videos of what the spacecraft look like and the procedure, for all of that.
Oh,
Because
I
these
am
are the things.
definitely our we will definitely play that up on our page.
Yeah.
Before we leave, Keisha, and this has been an extended um version of our show. We're usually definitely an hour or less. Tell us about what you do. How can persons in Antigua who are interested in getting a wellness coach, tell us specifically the services that you provide, and also how persons can reach you. What is it you offer, and how can you be contacted?
Okay, so as I am a mindset transformational coach, as well as a lifestyle wellness coach,
Okay, tell us what that means in English, please.
I focus on your well-being in all areas of your life. I'm not just trying to get you to lose weight, or to get you to eat healthy food. I'm looking at your mindset. I'm very much intrigued or an advocate when it comes to mental health, emotional health. I believe that that is the foundation that causes us to pick up the habits that we have. Now, what I'm doing in my program, I put you through a 90-day transformational program. Habit shift transformational program is what I call it. And it's specifically tailored for whatever you're going through and whatever your goals and desires are. So that's the first step that I establish with you, what it is that you're seeking. And then we
Mm-hmm.
get down into your whys, like why is this important for you? So it's very important to really like clear
Unravel.
away, unravel, that's what I was trying to say, unravel the things that are holding you back from your desire. And then I put you through step by step information and program and action steps and counseling throughout that 90-day period. So that's one program that I have right there. And then the next program that I have, if you don't want to go through that transformation, but you just feel like you just need some support on the moment, then I have a one-on-one, one-off 90-minute session with you, where we go through some clarity work. So it's basically like counseling. We
Mm-hmm.
have that conversation, and just to help to rewire your mindset. There are times that, okay, if you're going through something very traumatic, then I will have to put you through a MAP program, where it's designed by psychotherapists, that gets down into your subconscious mind and shifting and rewiring things through your superconscious mind. So it's almost like a hypnosis kind of procedure, but it's me talking you through a guided meditation, and getting into what it is that's bothering you and shifting it. We have to first pick up an event, like what event is bothering you. And then once I can hold on to that, get into the mind with that, then I shift everything going all the way back from childhood, from when you were a baby, when this thought or habit, this wrong mindset was first picked up. And I shift all of that. And then you have really good results because now you got rid of that trauma. That trauma is now gone. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Mhm.
So that's something that is designed by psychiatrists and psychotherapists, and it's a course that I took on a nine month course where I got certified as a MAP coach. So I can get you through that in a safe process. So that's also something that I do as well. Now to get in touch with me, it's pretty easy. You have my Instagram, Blue Sky Wellness, and my telephone number on Island is 784-2024, and you can call me anytime during office hours, obviously not midnight at night. and and you can also send me an email at Keisha the Coach at gmail.com and book your appointment there. I'm working on my website right now. I have a lovely friend who's helping me with that. So I'm not the best when it comes to this kind of technical stuff. So she's helping me. And
We're
this
going
is
to
another.
adopt you. We have an incubator. We're going to adopt you. We can't allow good talent to go unharnessed. So we will be adopting you, and we are here for you, Keisha. What an amazing story. Give some thought though how you can take this viral. I can see you, especially after you come back from space. I can see you having group sessions online. I can see you offering a coaching session to groups, maybe organizations. One of the sessions we had to open up our conference, we had Dialect, who he is about music and finance, and he
Okay.
did he called it the morning vibe. And what it was a mindset shifting experience. We started the conference with that, where he did some drumming, got you to think about your money mantra, get your mind prepared to receive the information that would be shared throughout the day. And so you have such a soothing voice and an aura about
Yes,
you.
you do. You
And
definitely do, Keisha.
yep, when the media is done with you as far as exposure, you should be able to sell this from Australia to Timbuktu in terms of people who are just fascinated by your whole
Yeah.
story and the experience. And I like the energy story.
Oh,
And yeah,
absolutely.
when you bring back the space energy back to Earth, it is going to be amazing.
Well,
I love
I
it.
would love to have a chit chat with you as well, Keisha, because I'm also a coach, an academic coach and a life
Yeah.
coach. So we have stuff to talk about. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And
Cool.
it's always open to learning and
Oh,
expanding.
yes,
It's all about the
absolutely.
expanded mind. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. This
Yep.
was great. Awesome.
This was
Thank you
awesome.
so
Keisha
much,
will
Keisha.
definitely be in touch. We will be trying to
Thank
arrange how we can drop off your space box.
Yes.
And
Have
I
your
know my
number.
mom is going to be delighted to get to meet you. And
you.
we will be here rooting for you. Keep us updated on your travel plans. I can't recall that travel. What do you
It
say
is
when you
Absolutely.
go to?
travel.
That's not
It
even
is
travel.
travel.
Travel
It
is
is
like an
travel.
earthly
But it's
thing.
not,
You're going into
no,
space, so this is like voyage. This
Voyage.
is
I
not a
like
trip.
that.
This is a
space
voyage.
travel.
Back to Star Trek, Voyagers.
This is a voyage. Yeah. So this is bigger than Christopher Columbus. This is bigger than Waterloo. This is huge. So,
Well, the
Keisha,
good
we
thing
are
is that we
delighted
live on
to have had
history
this
now.
conversation with you.
Yeah.
And, I think you have an exciting journey ahead, even after your space adventure. I see so many possibilities for you, branding and marketing this opportunity to really help others. Forget about the just the stardust aspects of it and the celebrity appeal of it. I see so much that you can do to really help others and to help us to shift our mindset and then our
Yes.
lifestyle. You can even steal our theme. It's about mindset and lifestyle changes. We'll share it with you.
Okay, we can share. We can share. And
Absolutely.
Sure.
it's all about shifting not just us as people, but the planet, the animals. We have to think of
So
all of
true.
it together.
So true.
And Keisha,
Mhm.
when you go to space, if you meet any engineers over there, see if they have any advice for Antigua and how we can fix this water problem, please.
Okay, no problem.
This way you'll be a real celebrity for all Antiguans. Let's see how
What a
they let's see
Oh
if
my
they can
God.
make an out of a heavenly or an out of Earth. I don't even know. I have to get more familiar with the space language.
First of all, we need to start planting more trees in Antigua. We need to bring back our big
Absolutely,
trees. And if we can start doing
absolutely.
that, we can start making a shift in Antigua when it comes to our water.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
every household plant maybe 3 big trees in their yard space,
Mhm.
it can really make a difference.
You know what I was thinking too. Lastly, I know we could talk forever, but there's always room for part two. But I remember somebody who went on a space journey was able to identify various landmarks from space,
Really
or at
interesting.
least at least
For Antigua?
what's that?
In Antigua or in the
No, 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 no,
world?
no, no. Just landmarks from around the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
I thought they
or
had
I think there
eagle
was some kind of
eyes.
tracking whereby he
Yeah.
knew when he was over the Bahamas. He knew when he was over
Oh
the
wow.
Eiffel Tower. Something to that effect. So
GPS.
you have to start planning your itinerary and planning your whole experience because it's 5 minutes. You probably think about if there is a way for you to see what Antigua looks like. I don't know with technology today that would, or
I'm
even the
gonna have to
Caribbean.
master slowing down time, like freezing it. So when I'm out there, I can get extra time.
That would be
So I'm gonna
amazing.
work.
The time
So I'm
machine.
gonna work
That
on
would be
that.
so exactly. Anyway, let us wrap things up. And Keisha will be in touch. To our amazing guests, we're back. Lock in your Thursday afternoons. Lickabite Ideas is back. See you next Thursday at 5. Megan, do we know who our guest is for next week?
It hasn't yet been confirmed, so I prefer not to say, but she will be exciting.
Okay, so another amazing woman. Keisha, get some rest. I know you need it. We will talk
Thank you very
soon.
much.
Thanks
Thank
so
you so
much
much for having
for
me. I
helping
really
us kick off
appreciate
this
it.
season.
Thank you so much, Keisha.
Nice
This
to
was
meet you both.
awesome. Lovely to meet
Have a
you. Take
wonderful,
care.
amazing rest of your day. Okay,
You
You
bye.
too.
too. You too.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.